And permissions. Let's set up roles and permissions. This controls who can do what in your Resourceby system. This is important for security and workflow management. But the good news is that Resourceby comes with sensible default roles that work for most businesses right out of the box. Let's understand how they work. From the settings sidebar, click on Roles and Permissions. Perfect. You're now on the Roles and Permissions page. You'll see several pre-configured user roles listed here. Let's understand each one. First is App Administrator with one member. That's you. Notice the note on the right. Admin permissions cannot be changed. The administrator has full access to everything in Resourceby. This role cannot be modified or deleted for security reasons. There must always be at least one admin who can manage the system. Next is Employee with one member. This is your standard employee role. People who clock in and out, request leave, submit expenses, and use Resourceby for their daily work. Notice there's a permissions button on the right. We can customize what employees can and cannot do. Then you'll see Client with 0 members. This role is for external clients if you use Resourceby's project management features. Clients can view project progress and deliverables, but can't access internal HR information. Since you're focused on internal HR management, you probably won't use this role much. Finally, there's HR Manager with 0 members. This role is designed for your HR team or office manager, people who need to approve leave, manage attendance, and access employee records, but don't need full administrator access to system settings. Now let's explore how to create new roles. Click the yellow Manage Role button at the top. Excellent. A pop-up appears showing you all your user roles in a table. Let's understand what we're seeing here. The table shows 4 roles. 1. App Administrator, with a note default role cannot be deleted. 2. Employee, also marked default role cannot be deleted with a Reset Permissions button. 3. Client, also a protected default role with Reset Permissions. 4. HR Manager. This one has a delete button instead. Notice that 3 of the default roles cannot be deleted. These are protected system roles that Resourceby needs to function properly. But the HR Manager role and any custom roles you create can be deleted if you don't need them. Now, here's something important about creating new roles in Resourceby. Look at the bottom of the pop-up. You'll see 2 fields. First is role name. This is required, marked with a red asterisk. In this example, someone has typed Director. This is where you name your new role. Maybe Site Manager, Project Supervisor, Payroll Administrator, or whatever title fits your organizational structure. Next to that is Import from Role. This drop-down is set to HR Manager. Here's the critical point. You cannot create a role from scratch with custom permissions. You must import permissions from an existing role as your starting point. Why does it work this way? Because Resourceby has hundreds of individual permissions across all its modules: attendance, leave, payroll, projects, expenses, assets, and more. Rather than making you manually check hundreds of permission boxes, you choose an existing role that's closest to what you need, import those permissions, and then fine-tune them. So if you're creating a director role and you want directors to have similar powers to HR managers, but maybe with additional access to financial reports, 1. Enter director as the role name. 2. Select HR Manager from the Import from Role dropdown. 3. Click Save. 4. Then click the Permissions button for your new director role to customize its specific access rights. The unsensed users you see next to each role is just a technical indicator. You can ignore it for now. It relates to user synchronization features you probably won't use. Let me explain when you create new roles. For most small to medium businesses, the default roles are sufficient. App Administrator for owners or senior management. HR Manager for your HR team or office manager. Employee for all regular staff. But as you grow, you might need specialized roles like Site Supervisor, can manage attendance and assign shifts, but can't change salaries. Payroll Administrator, can process payroll but can't approve leave. Department Manager, can see their team's records but not company-wide data. Each specialized role would be created by importing from whichever default role is closest, then customizing the permissions. For your initial setup, I recommend sticking with the default roles. They're well designed and cover most business needs. After you've used Resourceby for a few weeks and understand how your team actually uses the system, you'll have a clearer picture of whether you need additional roles. If you do need to create a role right now, perhaps you have a clear organizational structure with specific titles. Go ahead and create it. Just remember, import from the role that's closest to what you need, then customize the permissions afterward using the permissions button. Once you've finished managing roles, click close to exit this pop-up. If you created any new roles, they'll now appear in the main roles and permissions list. Your Resourceby access control is now configured. The role system ensures that employees can only access information and functions appropriate to their position, maintaining both security and workflow efficiency.